Okay, I call this meeting to order. Let's do roll call. John Bergner, here. Robert Nackert.
Here.
Doug Clark.
Here.
Mira Kresovic.
Here.
Alderman Hofer.
Here.
Ann Adamski. Alderman Hofer.
Here.
Ann Adamski.
Here.
We have a quorum. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to say thank you to all you for doing a fantastic job in all your time and service. It is much, appreciated, and everybody did a great job. We made the whole thing a success. So, and this is Kevin from DPW, and Sergeant Morris. Captain Morris.
Oh, thought you got the motive, didn't you?
Hey, that was easier. I'll go back to Mr. Roller.
Right, okay.
And our mayor here, Mr. Olson.
It's very important. We do appreciate all the hard work that you guys do. I see John at the end of the 4 days ago. Not me, baby. He looked like death. But you guys work so hard on this, and I appreciate it. And I know the citizens do too, regardless of fireworks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
Regardless of fireworks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And we'll use that for our citizen comment period. I know you guys have schedules to go by, and I think we could. Can we skip on the agenda and go first and talk about next year?
Why don't you just say anyone here for citizens comment period? Open the citizens comment period. Nobody will stand up. You close it. You're done.
Yeah. Okay.
What just depends.
You got the sheet that
I do.
Everything worked out with the tickets.
We're good.
Put that together as a spreadsheet for you.
You did, thank you. Boy, my estimates were pretty close. Ticket count was on this year. Yay, me.
Hey, John. You got to open.
Up for citizen comment period. Any citizens got comments? Okay, I close that. And we'll start with our agenda. And then, you got, so I'll have the city write you a check
Okay.
for $2,490 or $2,800.
No, 2,490, yes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
2,490.
Got it. Sorry, the only comment I didn't know you were going to close that quick. Once again, we'd like to come back next year, so I officially would like to ask, so we can do some planning there. We'd like to come back if we're invited. Or permitted.
It works out. It's your second year of doing it. And you guys had good
did.
sales.
We did.
One problem we did have was with some of the Lions Club people in our main bar area came and difficulties, with the people that were working in there.
No,
So
those were the evening Lions.
yeah, they were assigned to as volunteers, and
Those are your people.
they have to learn the man who runs the bar, Brian, is makes the decisions, but they're very difficult.
Yeah, and I just
John,
need to
I'm sorry,
reiterate, that
I'm
is a
good.
different club. It's not the Noon Lions.
Because it's being recorded, you got to let people know who they got to announce who they are, so that people know who's talking.
Okay.
All right. I'm the growly voice, Bill Teaching from the Lions Club. The only other comment I had is I would probably suggest, if you're going to sell the wine, which I thought was a good idea, just buy little cups.
Right.
Because
You never
they-
thought people would need cups for the wine.
Well, they didn't want, there's something, just something about drinking wine out of the bottle.
Yeah, we did have the.
We were gonna serve it with a paper bag, but we didn't know that would work. Paper bag, but we didn't know that would work. So I just throw that out. They came and got cups from us, but we had 14 ounces. They really only need a little one. So I just make that observation,
Very good.
and we're done.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
And we had the little ones.
Yeah, we had the cups. Every
I don't know
time I
where they
handed
went.
them out, I asked them if they wanted a cup. Asked them if they wanted a cup. I don't know.
Well, then you did the right thing. They just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't in there the whole time either, so,
No.
yeah,
Yeah, but we didn't have the little cups, we had the big cups.
yeah.
You know.
But we have cases of those little ones in
Yeah.
the garage somewhere. I don't know where they went.
Mary, you want to make a comment?
Somewhere, I don't know where they went.
Mary, you want to make a comment?
I don't know if now would be a good time or not, because Jim isn't here, and Jim does the brats and the.
No. Jim,
No.
this is Bill teaching again from the Lions Club. Jim has resigned. So anything you have, we'll take back with us.
Yes,
Oh,
So anything you have, we'll take back with us.
yes.
oh,
So you're gonna get a new coordinator on that side.
okay. I was hoping, I went to Sundex today, and I know that you get your brats and dogs from Sundex, but they have a little half-pound fruit that's usually like $3, $3.50.
Okay.
Would it be possible to add that?
Fruit cups.
Just
A
the
little-
little, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
if you think that would be beneficial.
Yeah, we're always looking at menu.
Since, we have the police and the DPW here, I'd like to review, this last year, we did it 4 days, July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And our thoughts are, next year is on a Tuesday, doing it the weekend before, on the 30th, the 1st, and the 2nd. And not even do Monday or Tuesday. So it's a 3-day event. We could have the parade on that Sunday, and that Sunday on the 4th, we could get a lot more people to come in and be, members of the parade. We could have a bigger, better parade. We could also have fireworks. We have to make up for the lack of fireworks we had this year, and Sunday. If we do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and nothing on Monday and nothing on the 4th of July. So people can all enjoy their own 4th of July
Yeah, I think we
after
were,
20-some years,
Yeah.
But,
Fear pit, yeah.
but
Fear pit, yeah.
I just like to get from DPWs, for your labor and all that stuff. What's your thoughts?
So are you thinking either the Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Tuesday?
Or then we'd have to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday night. Or then we'd have to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday night, Tuesday.
Cool. My vote's for
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I'm nobody, so.
You're everybody.
You
We would support a 3-day event.
What was that?
We would support a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
yeah,
A 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
we were talking about moving forward, just do it the first weekend of every July.
I think it makes it consistent, and I know I've said this, I'm sorry, Captain Dan Morris, Springfield Police Department. Other municipalities hold Fun Before the 4th, and that's because there's nothing else going on. Everyone wants to do something on the 4th with their families, or there's other competing events. If everyone knows when we're gonna have our event, we can make it bigger and better every year. Just my 2 cents. I'll second Kevin's, I want nobody.
Oh, no, worse yet, you also have stainless steel bracelets.
That's right.
The problems I'm thinking about is, if we have the parade on Sunday, we have to close Loomis Road on Sunday, and people are not gonna expect to run into a closed Loomis Road, and also, what's this, when it's closed on the 4th, people understand that we close it for the 4th parade, but when they come driving, you know, just the regular people driving, they say, roads are closed, why? And the number 2 one is, what about people who always closed, why? And the number 2 one is, what about people who always plan on the 4th, the parade? You know, it's the 4th of July.
That's a true statement. I think what helped this year was obviously the total road closure of Loomis Road. We put it out on our Facebook page multiple times, so that was announced. We can anticipate getting approved again for a total road closure. Shouldn't expect anything different from the state.
Newsletter,
right away. So
Yeah.
everyone will be informed.
And our Facebook page.
Yeah, we had our speed trailer signs posted where there's gonna be hard closures, the time for the hard closures, so all of that stuff was announced, and I think we can get ahead of it next year.
Can we put those out ahead of time too with the sign?
Yep, and we did, we had them out a week
It's
ahead.
out a week, yeah.
Yeah.
All those things help. As we move forward, that closure, if it's gonna be consistently that weekend before the 4th, whatever it is, they can plan for it. And I think, you know, look, Sunday mornings, not a lot of people are going around
That's the
unless
other
it's
thing,
church.
though. That's the other thing, we're gonna make it later.
Going around
That's the
unless it's
other
church.
thing, though. That's the other thing, we're gonna make it later.
Even
Like
better.
at 3,
The
So
parade at
2
1 o'clock,
one
yeah,
or 2
so we don't
o'clock,
bother,
Yep.
you know, we don't,
Everyone can go to early mass,
Yeah.
Yeah.
have their hot ham and rolls. put
1
their-
to 3 parade, 1 to 3, and then start the entertainment at 3 o'clock.
Yes,
Yeah. And go from 3 to 3 o'clock.
yes.
Yeah. And go from 3 to
Going to be fast.
3 to 11 o'clock Saturday and Sunday, and then Friday night.
I'm sure you've dealt with this in the past, but do you have to coordinate with like the funeral home, the bank that would be open for a portion of that time, all our festival parking going in there
Yeah.
when they're open?
They tell us that they tell us we're welcome to use the lots at any time, provided, at least the funeral, if there's not a funeral going on. That would be an issue, but all the other lots says we're not open for business, you're more than welcome to.
Every Saturday, they have never, you know, made a
Yeah.
complaint about it. The only one we ever got a complaint in the past was Aurora, you know, that we
Because they
took
were in
away.
urgent care, yeah.
Urgent
People
care.
couldn't get in to get urgent care.
We
But they
always-
have their own security now.
Yeah,
And
and
that
they
doesn't
leave.
really change no matter when we host the festival. You're gonna deal with Saturday afternoon visitors to the urgent care no matter what we do. So, that I wouldn't worry too much about. They're our neighbors, we need to communicate with them.
And then, so then it'd be Friday, and the band Bella Cane, as we've had for the last 8 years, and the band Bella Cane, as we've had for the last 8 years, is our biggest attraction, and it's biggest local attract. They can only play on Friday night. So,
You never explained to me why that is.
it's because their man decided, when he has decided, when he has a ritual, and he just wants to be the other one, he has to be the first one to play for our festival because they bring their own sound and light.
Yeah, you know I'll argue with that.
And they set that all, that's a big production. And we can't have that and then Saturday have to tear down all that production and then have Bella Cane put up theirs, tear theirs down, you know, for us to have it on Sunday. It's best to have them come in, set up, put all their equipment up, and then tear down, and then the sound company is able to set up and keep it there for the next 2 days.
All right, you're gonna regret.
Oh, who are you?
Thank you. I'm Steve Olson, the mayor. Let me ask the very hard question, which is what I'm supposed to do, right? Why does it have to be Bella Cane? Seems to me that you got one band driving the whole activity.
Their sales on Friday night almost beat our sales on all the next other 3 days combined.
Bella Cane's huge.
I'm just, they play everywhere though.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, let's.
And that draws
give
the
it a thought.
people. That draws the people.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see Bella Cane in Greendale.
I just want you guys to think about it because,
Yeah.
again, you've got a band dictating what you do for the community, so that's,
It is
that's
somewhat,
just me being me.
yeah, and there are gonna be a lot more expensive. We had them on a 3-year contract, going up $2,000,
Another reason.
but everyone's paying it. Everyone's paying it. And then Kevin will talk about the, we wanna update the electrical.
I had Pro Electric come out and start looking it over. They're gonna contact We Energies, and they'll get back.
To give
Can,
you
can't be done.
what power requirements we need at each.
If you could find out
outpost.
from whoever brought the generator in, what their total usage was, if they can tell us was it an 800 amp or whatever size that generator was.
Yeah. Well, usually the food vendors give us what amps they need,
Okay.
and then we work from there. It's 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay. Because, yeah, and then the one at the main stage, we want 100 amp and 250 amps, so. Because
Plug in.
one sound company goes 100 amp and the other ones do 50 amps, 250s. Okay, I'll get that within 2 weeks to you. Okay, I'll get that within 2 weeks to you. Yes, Mr. Knackert? Identify yourself.
Bob Knacker, committee member. The generator that Painted Dolan gives us is like way bigger than what we need,
Right,
so
yeah, and
we
that's what
can't
we
really go
thought
by
too.
the size of the generator. You don't know what they use.
They were thinking bringing in,
We
that's what
can't
we
really go
thought
by the
too.
size of the generator. You don't know what they use.
They were thinking bringing in 500, so they could put two 200 amp panels in
Mhm.
and upgrade the one that's there on the south side up to a 200. It's only a 100.
All right.
And then they thought that would be, they were thinking that would be enough to power everybody's at once.
Yeah, our full $830 just for the food vendors, just for fuel from that generator.
And we had a hard time keeping it full.
Yeah,
It ran out on us once.
yeah.
Which line is that?
Did you make 4,000?
14.
As you said, it's way
Yeah.
oversized.
Okay.
But we had no electrical problems.
Huh?
We had no electrical problems.
We did. Yeah, we did.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, with the amps. Yeah, we had, and then the generator ran out of fuel one time, and then at night the generator shut down, and then they came in the morning and they had no power. So yeah,
But that was
we got through it,
generator's
but there
fault,
was
not
some.
our fault.
But if they could plug in, we would not have those issues. And I'm sure it cost Payne and Dolan a good penny too to bring those generators in. Payne and Dolan a good penny too to bring those generators in. And we could save them having to do that, and maybe, have something else. Okay,
John, on your income statement and your budget?
yeah, let's go over the income statement.
Your income statement and your budget?
Yeah, let's go over the income statement.
Can you explain how food is accounted for when you get to that? The food income line item is 100% profit because that's the commission?
That's our,
There is no cost to the food.
Right.
You only make.
no, we only make a commission off of it. So yeah, the income statement, the donations was right at previous year, 2021. Ticket sales, that's your beer ticket sales. That's what we sell in the cashier booth and for beer only. So that went from 77,000. The food vendors, we added 2 food vendors. So we went from 14,000 up to 17,000. That's 20%. City funds, that's our $13,000 the city gives us. The carnival commission, they went from 23,000 up to 25,000. License, we just had three vendors, so that was less. The ATM rental is what commission we get from the ATMs at the cashier booth. We didn't have to pay cash to the Badger Band. And then the cornhole tournament was a net profit of $36.
Big one.
So we had an income of $164,000. And remember, this was 4 days versus 2021. But the 4th of July was a tough one. 4th of July, we had all that rain, and we had vendors even closed early. So we could have done much better if we had a good 4th of July. Then on our expenses. The entertainment is the bands, and the sound company. You know, we had another extra day of sound and year. Printing of tickets, we had that go up to 4,000 because no longer will House of Correction do our ticket printing, and we had to job it out. Police and DPW benefits went from 31,000 up to 41,000. So I'm thinking that in 4 days instead of 3. Right? Yeah. The parade, we bought some more supplies for the parade, so we went from 6,900 up to 12,000. Fireworks, so there we have 0 because we can't. 12,000. Fireworks, so there we have 0 because we canceled in time. So if we would have had fireworks, we would have, had but if we had fireworks, we would have had more customers, so it might have evened out. Ice cream, that's the ice cream we hand out. More customers, so it might have evened out. Ice cream, that's the ice cream we hand out. The beer is what we pay to the beer capital for the, for the beer. The beer went up a little bit in price, about 5%. So it went from 18,000 to 19. So we bought just as much last year. Wine, we invested in wine, $1,575. The supplies, that's just general supplies. The rentals, tables, chairs, and toilets, that was reasonable. T-shirts, we paid $4,500 for that. We added signs and banners. The golf carts, we pay above par for golf carts. We get them free from Tuckaway. And then the DPW supplies was $7,930, but that's because, mostly because of that fuel charge that was included for $4,800. But they fill it up for us and do. Postage, and then the next one is the check we're writing to the Lions Club for $2,490. Then services, I broke that up. The other thing we had this year was the wall at heels, and Ann, you did a fantastic job. The other thing we had this year was the wall at heels, and Ann, you did a fantastic job. It was a wonderful event, and thank you. So that the wall's in there too. So some of the costs of the wall is in some of the other stuff, like we had to rent a tent. For wall's in there too. So some of the costs of the wall is in some of the other stuff, like we had to rent a tent for that, and we had to do more porta potties. So, but it was well worth it. And then I broke it down into soda this year, separate for soda, and then separate for ice. Total expense $1,714 with a net loss of $677 out of $164,000, and that comes out of our funds.
That wasn't bad.
Huh?
That was good.
Yeah.
What we did.
Given that you lost your biggest night, good job. I
Oh.
never like.
Any questions on the income statement?
What's that?
Any questions on that?
We rented those carts for 900, what do we have?
Yeah, the one with the big back, the, what do you call it? The
Club car.
club card. So that, yeah, we have to rent that.
You have one, don't we, at the city? Don't we have one of those?
The high school does.
High school has one, you
There
guys
are
need
2 of
one.
them, yeah.
If you're buying one, we'll take one as well. No.
Okay. So why don't we brought up the, having the 4th of July celebration on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And how about a vote? Who's for and who's still on the happy 5 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday? Those in favor of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, raise your hand. Those in favor of still the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Come on, Mr. Nackert.
Oh, I like just Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't day and a half.
What about Friday,
what I used
Saturday,
to do.
Sunday, and Tuesday? Just do the parade on Tuesday.
That would be,
It'd be
No, that's
more
me.
difficult.
that
Yeah.
would be taxing on every, it would, I mean, staffing is already a concern.
the holiday,
And if we do it for those many days, especially then spread out, besides just us, now all the road closures and then no parkings and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So that other stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, if, we wouldn't support it, but if you wouldn't field a ton of complaints, okay.
You know, it's a lot of,
I
but the
just-
other advantage too is the fireworks center, since it's on Saturday and Sunday, if something happens where we have to cancel the fireworks on Saturday and Sunday, if something happens where we have to cancel the fireworks, we still got Monday and Tuesday, you know, as a makeup date. So at least we got this year we couldn't do it because the 4th was on a Monday, and if we did a makeup date on Tuesday, people would, you know, just, it would have been a regular, you know, just, it would have been a regular work day, a regular, you know, it would have been a lousy day to have fireworks on a Tuesday night.
And those got rained out.
So how are you gonna do it? Order another for fireworks on
Saturday
Saturday?
and Sunday,
So we already paid for this year's.
because we canceled it in
So we
time.
have to increase it for 2 days.
So now we'll go do we'll do what we would have had this year on Saturday, and do on Sunday what we would have done next year.
How about this? How about doing one day, do 1 day, double the fireworks, so you got essentially 20 minutes of a finale.
I like that idea.
Could do that on this, plan it to do that on the Saturday, and then you can have Sunday as your backup.
As your rain date.
And publish the rain date.
I like that idea.
You know, I'm so sick and tired about hearing about fireworks.
That idea.
You know, I'm so sick and tired about hearing about fireworks. And I caught another earful from your aldermanic rep this morning about how great Zimmermans were. And they walked into that wanting to make us look bad. So now's our time, wanting to make us look bad. So now's our time to,
Did he spend 20,000?
I don't know what he spent, but.
I don't think it was like,
But that was
equal.
it's a whole,
yeah.
But where they are, they can use bigger shells.
What they started out with looked like the grand finale.
See, we don't. We were limited to 400 feet. And at 400 feet, you can only use a certain size. Where Zimmerman has got more than 400 feet. He can use the bigger shells, which is more of a better display from there.
We're limited to 8-inch shells, and they can shoot 12-inch shells. So.
They have, you think that's 12-inch versus
Yes.
I thought we had 10-inch shells, or I
They
thought we
weren't
were bigger
decided,
than
they're
8.
like, they go way bigger because they're farther away from the house.
We have shells that will be within that 400 feet.
what do you mean by 400 feet?
That's what
What's the
Oh,
dimension?
From the distance to the house.
Oh, okay, you gotta be 400 feet from a structure.
Nearest residence, right?
And keep in mind, if
Wow.
you do it Saturday, you lose a lot of parking. Because we have to take out all the parking be by the baseball field. So you are all the parking be by the baseball field. So you are losing good parking
But they'll be there too on Sunday, right?
Sunday. we'll have to
Sunday
close it.
also.
Whatever days you do fireworks, we have to close that lot.
So shutting it down one day instead of shutting it
Yeah,
down 2 days.
that's a good point.
It's better.
That's another good,
Instead of shutting it down
yeah,
2 days.
that's a good point.
better.
That's another good point.
And parking is a premium around here.
Yeah. I like the idea though of doing that on Saturday, and then if it rains, do it on Sunday. And then just do double.
And have that in the contract.
So,
Really big.
And then
ones,
we have.
23.
Yeah.
and I'm not the guy, because it's never rained on a parade I've been on. So,
Well,
I was getting to that.
Could it happen on a Monday or Tuesday then, or no?
I think they could probably have it, you know, if it's not, put in the contract, we could try to do Monday. But I think Tuesday would be best then, to
I
have,
would do it the
Yeah.
third then, because people.
Monday
are
is the
off.
3rd.
Okay,
Yeah,
So having your rain data as an opportunity is great in theory, but for us, it's manpower extensive. And then we plan it for one day and you wanna do it 2 days later, or even a day later. We have to now scurry to get the manpower to safeguard your event. I'm just saying, safeguard your event. I'm just saying, we would not be in support of any kind of rain date.
unless we do Saturday and then do Sunday.
You're gonna tie up, like Kevin said, that parking lot, that is your call. We can coordinate that with our staffing.
I think he's saying do the fireworks all Saturday night.
All Saturday,
And
all
Sunday.
Saturday,
And
and have
Sunday.
Sunday be the rain date.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, I have to schedule my staff for a Saturday event. So they may have already made plans for Sunday night.
Sunday night.
So now, if you go to that rain date, I possibly forcing off time,
That makes, yeah.
just my sense.
Can we do a date in the future?
I
Like a
like to
date
do,
in
I like to do it because we draw the people in, we have the food vendors, we have the carnival, rather than just come and watch fireworks, you know. It brings in,
Well,
they
that's
help
it.
us out.
That's the advantage of fireworks on 2 nights. The money.
And people will be able to come now to our fireworks and and hey, on the 4th, I can still go to, they'll come to ours especially, the people that follow, want to see fire. They'll come to ours especially, the people that follow, want to see fireworks. They can come and not have something scheduled, and they can go watch their fireworks on the 4th. They can have 2 nights of fireworks the way it is.
Can we move them somewhere else? Set them up somewhere else? Somewhere else? Set them up somewhere else? There's that lot between here and you guys. Who's got that big empty lot?
that big field?
That field, yeah.
I don't know, that gets you 400 feet, that's,
I don't know.
senior moment. That's,
It wouldn't be big enough.
No?
then you got 2
That's
seconds.
advisory fire,
Yeah.
the police protection for the rock for the fireworks, you and Greenville. Or nobody.
So, we weren't part of their fireworks at all.
Oh, I'm just,
That was an unsanctioned launch. It's kind of hard to put it out, right? That's-
I don't know if it's appropriate.
I used it already.
I'm not sure if it's appropriate. And that's the reason I asked the question. If he's having trouble, staff, I understand that, for 2 days. Could the rain day be at the Rock? If
No.
it's easier. Well, yeah, it's quick. Well, I'm just
Wouldn't
saying,
want
because
that either.
you wouldn't lose anything. You could shut down just like you normally would, and if he'd take it out, it would be a good event for him, and you'd get credit. But if it's no, it's no.
You wouldn't get credit for
No,
that.
you wouldn't. You would go right down.
He'd be getting what he wants then.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get
Sorry
credit
for
for that.
citizen.
No, it's a good question.
You wouldn't get
Sorry
credit
for
for that.
citizen.
No, it's a good question. The option of a rain date is problematic. If I know I'm having 2 dates of fireworks, I'll staff it for 2 dates of fireworks.
I think,
Then maybe
If
we do
there's
Saturdays.
one date, and then I've got to now.
well, just
Put
like
the kid in
this
the
year,
air.
you staffed it for the 4th, right? And we
Correct.
didn't do it, so
Correct.
that's what happened,
The alternate is.
I would,
As you mentioned already, John, a future rain date, but not within the shift cycle. So you schedule it, shoot them all up on Saturday, or the rain date is the next Saturday. Well, we wouldn't like that because it's double time and a half, it's overtime for the officers.
Wouldn't
Either way,
that,
it's overtime, usually.
So,
wouldn't
We
that
try to
cost
supplement our
us twice as much because we're still have to pay the officers for the original?
overtime. That was not in the bill.
Okay.
We try our best to cut our overtime costs down by staffing the roads at a minimum and putting
Right.
as much as we can to backfill the festival and the fireworks posts.
Right.
It's just that large.
Right.
It's just that large of an event.
When the guys
You're
that
talking
schedule,
16 people out of a 46-man department, 46-person department. It's a lot.
but the ones that you had scheduled for Sunday for the fireworks, when we decided not to have them, you didn't get to just cancel them, did you?
They'll just can't, yeah, they just get canceled, we call
You
them.
didn't get to just cancel them, did you?
They'll just can't, yeah, they just get canceled, we call them. Enjoy your 4th.
Never mind, okay.
And remember, this is the only fireworks in my 25 years we had to cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Things happen, I mean.
Yeah.
There was
but
one other one.
Logistically, it's very hard to accommodate a rain date unless it's planned out days after, not just a day, especially a holiday.
Gotcha.
May I throw an idea?
Sure.
September.
You're up.
Sorry, September 14th, Spangled Banner. September 17th is the Constitution. Would a rain date of like the 10th week in September make sense? If you wanted a rain date?
That's up to the committee. Don't look at me. I'm not gonna decide. We have time and we can schedule that stuff out, but that's great.
Separate,
You guys
yeah.
can coordinate your own event, however you would do it. We're just providing our input.
Captain Morris, I think if we plan it Saturday and Sunday with the extra Saturday and Sunday with the extra, and if it happens, it happens. If not,
Well, excuse me, if Saturday rains out, double Sunday. You've got a rain date, and he's staffed, right?
Correct.
So if Saturday gets rained out, you go to Sunday. If Saturday's good, you fire Saturday. If Sunday's bad, you cancel one day, you already go to Sunday. If Saturday's good, you fire Saturday. If Sunday's bad, you cancel one day, you've already had one day of fireworks, and you don't have to schedule a rain
well,
date.
no, I'm not scheduling 2 fireworks. I'll just schedule Saturday and have Sunday as the rain out date. But he has to staff it for Saturday and Sunday ahead of time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am.
And you can cancel Sunday overtime.
Which is,
Of course, it won't be that much more, but still, you probably send 4 guys.
That would basically be kind of the same thing you did this year, right? You had to cancel all your guys.
and that's why we spoke on the 4th. We're like, we gotta decide what's going on, because we know rain was impending. They're either coming in or not.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not just me, it's also, DPW who's like moving around logistically too, and the fire department have to have their rigs out, and
Mayor Olson?
Let's talk about the decision for a second, and John's the heat for it, but John asked for the decision to cancel the fireworks, and the announcement, the prior announcement, which is fine, and not reschedule them. John's taking all the heat on that, but John asked for a lot of input on that, and I'm sure he got it from most of you, he got it from the police department, he got it from most of you, he got it from the police department, he got it from DPW. When John came and wanted to talk to me about it, there was me, Fred Clements, former Mayor Pat Murray, Alderman Holfer was there. So the decision was, John may have had it in his head, but it was confirmed by all of those people. And I looked at maybe 5 weather sites. You were looking at them. So anybody wants to give anybody static in this room, they got a lot of people to give static to, so.
You get the static from the people that don't know what's going on the decision too. The people, the Facebook people, they have no idea. They thought we bought the fireworks and we're sitting on these fireworks and, a lot, that's a question, the main question I got, well, what are you gonna do with the fireworks? Now it's,
Buy some?
but they didn't realize that we didn't have to, we had to let Green Bay know, don't come. And at that time, we had to make that decision. We had to make that decision.
Or we would have to pay. If they came down and.
We would have to pay, yes, if
If
one
you got
second.
the car, yeah.
If I would've
Nobody
told
knows
them,
that.
yeah, they don't realize that.
So if people continue to give comments like that, it was a big decision, it was input, comments like that. It was a big decision. Input was given by no less than three three mayors, and several aldermen.
And police.
And police,
Yeah.
and fire, and DPW.
And DPW, right.
And so John does not deserve to catch the garbage from this. And the fact that there was no rain date, I'm here to tell you, my fellow mayors, they weren't instant in making a rain date. Somebody said something before they should have, but it caused a lot of scrambling in other communities to get a rain. Haven't announced their soon-to-be rescheduled fireworks.
Well,
Because
they
of what
did have the
Kevin
rain
was-
date as the following day. There was, on the contract, there was a rain date of the 5th. You know, but the weather didn't look good for that, and it ended up being a whole rainy day, and just thought, it's not.
So, one other thing, and then I'll shut up for the rest of the meeting. I might even. You're gonna change the format and the date and the fireworks. So, this group and the common council need to advertise the jeepers out of all of this. They weren't real happy with the fireworks. Let's make them happy by giving them a lot of information for the next 9 months.
Yeah.
And tell them exactly what's gonna go on.
And we did increase it, went from 17,000 up to 20,000 that we were gonna do. And we were gonna do a better grand finale this year, probably, see what's the maximum we can spend on it for a 20-minute show.
You got lots of reserves. I think for the community's sake.
Make it big.
Make it big. I mean,
We can make it a solid,
make
grand
it
finale.
20 minutes of grand finale.
So plan
Rock
on
and roll.
Saturday. Sunday.
Plan on Saturday.
Plan on Saturday and Sunday, but just do it all Saturday.
Do it all Saturday, yeah.
Yeah,
Are we
Doug, you gotta be
publishing
careful. If you're gonna do one night of fireworks, you're gonna do one night of fireworks. If you're gonna do one night of fireworks, you're gonna do one night of fireworks. Sunday's a rain day,
Yeah.
so don't even mention it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I would
what I was
say-
gonna ask.
Don't even mention it. Because Mary, you never know what's gonna, something could happen.
Mayor, maybe I'm thinking maybe if we do mention it, might be better. That where they know, then you don't get all that, feedback, like negative feedback we got once we canceled. Hey, they know that it's gonna be on Sunday then.
But John, here's the deal. They knew we canceled. How did they know we canceled? So we told them, and they knew we schedule them. The only people,
They all question, when is the
Yeah.
reschedule date? When is it?
So-
there was a reason for that, and I would say that most of that was not because they didn't know that we had already said we're not rescheduling. It was for other purposes.
Taking an opportunity. So that would be the opportunity to publish the rain date.
Right.
Because then you could say instantaneous. First of all, if you look at the weather, as we did, there was more looking at weather by a bunch of guys. You look at the weather and, yep, it's gonna be clear tomorrow, no problem, we're doing it.
Yeah,
So canceling tonight, no problem, we're doing it.
yeah.
So canceling tonight, we're doing it tomorrow, done. Or we're canceling tonight and we'll reschedule some future date because it's gonna rain the next day. You're not committed, and so then you don't have double the people yelling at you,
Have plenty of time to make that decision too.
people yelling at you.
Have plenty of time to make that decision too.
Yeah.
Mother Nature.
And I'm just hugely
I think
disappointed.
we'll have a good crowd that Saturday night.
So I'm done.
Yes.
So Dennis Vons, just a citizen. Aren't you concerned that if you have the fireworks, that no one will come on Sunday because the finale was Saturday?
Sunday's the parade, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll have the parade on Sunday.
Right, and
And
entertainment.
no one's
We all-
gonna miss that free ice cream.
Yeah, but usually they come for the parade and then they go home and they used to come back later
Yeah.
for the
Sure.
fire.
Really good band. on
Yep,
Sunday.
we already, Almighty Vinyl on Sunday night.
And let me go on record saying it's not gonna rain next year.
Already got
How
them.
about Red Hot Chili?
Thank you.
I saw them yesterday, they were fantastic.
Tremendous, but we can't afford
Who was fantastic?
it. Red Hot Chili Pipers, not peppers.
Red Hot Chili
This
Peppers.
is what I'm saying.
You're gonna have to check. You're gonna have to check where they
I don't
played.
think they're appropriate for us, but
I think they were fantastic.
they were an Irish Fest 3 nights in a row.
That's right.
Jammed them.
They're at
Jammed it.
jammed it.
Oh my gosh, couldn't even walk.
And my wife got to see what's under kilts.
Wow.
And my wife got to see what's under kilts.
TMI.
Yep,
Red
I
Hot
was-
Chili.
Pipe,
You
pipe.
write that.
I did.
Make a note of that.
I did.
Good for you.
I will look into them.
Pipers.
The only night we have available is Saturday night. Friday night's Bella Cane, and Sunday night is Saturday night. Friday night's Bella Cane, and Sunday night is Almighty Vinyl. Doo-Wop Daddy's Saturday afternoon, and the Jimmy's Sunday afternoon. So, one opening.
Who's Saturday night?
That's open still.
Try
Can
and
you
get
send me
cold
the-
sweat. Try and get cold sweat.
We've had them before.
They're not playing as much
Some
anymore.
people have asked for 5-card studs,
Yeah, I won't watch
play
them.
older music. But yes, Mr. Knacker.
I had a question on our advertising, you know, talked about the newsletter there from Franklin. How are they gonna know we're not doing it on the 4th?
We put it in the festival book too.
Yes,
There's that
and the-
festival guide that has all the
Yeah.
festivals
Okay.
for the year.
I'm just saying, you just get a lot of, we don't just get Franklin people.
Yeah.
And, well, the other thing is the rides. And the more we're open, the rides, they had 4 days, and they'll still be able to do Saturday and Sunday, wristband day. You know, start that at 3. So, we're doing, and our food vendors, we got it, and the more time we're open, the better the food vendors do. You know, if we just did Monday night and Tuesday, next year's a Wednesday, but if we keep this Friday, Saturday, Sunday format, it's better for the vendors and the carnival. And people they go out and spend their money on weekends more than they do during the week.
How is that gonna interfere with the Friday senior citizen?
Well, we don't start until 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but we still
Wait a
tie
minute,
up all
first of all,
the-
you're looking at me asking about senior
I was
citizens.
asking you because I know you're the
Do you
one
have
that'll
the time
yell at if they
schedule?
can't get to the senior day.
Do you have the time
Yeah,
No,
schedules?
there's
more or
nothing
less?
formal that I know
For
of.
Friday night,
Don't they
For
come every
festival.
day during the week at
I was
noon?
waiting to
Okay,
No.
see what,
Yeah.
I was waiting to
okay.
No.
see what.
Yes, but that's just that
That's just
they just won't get it that day.
Okay,
Oh.
letting you know. I know they can yell a lot too.
No, actually, but you're gonna start at 4.
On Friday,
Yeah,
7.
7.
7?
On Friday,
yeah.
7.
7.
7.
7?
On
Well, the band
Friday?
starts.
Yeah, but we'll start at 5. and
Yeah, we
then
Yeah,
start-
so it wouldn't
5.
interfere.
We open up at
with
5.
Okay, do they just pick up their dinners now? They don't
Yeah.
stay there and eat them? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a county program. They're not back to normal yet.
Okay.
Captain Morris?
No, I was signaling to you that it starts at 5 on Friday. No, I was signaling to you that it starts at 5 on Friday.
Yeah, 5 o'clock, we usually start on Friday. But the band doesn't start until 7:30. But the carnival starts up then, so they'll go, you know, same out 5 then. So they'll go, you know, same out 5 to 11, and then 3 to 11 and 3 to 11. Good, any other good thoughts?
Saturday and Sunday you're going 3 to 11?
Do you have room for more food vendors?
No,
No. 10 is enough, because
not really.
you get too many then and it hurt, you know, then some of the other vendors get hurt, and we try to keep them with, I think 10 is plenty. Just,
Most people don't do very well. Then they're not, don't come back the next year.
yeah. We had one that had to go around the corner, and he quit the next year. He said it's just not a good spot. So we try to have the food court along that line, and 10 just fit in. But we'll see.
Food vendors, or I'm sorry, where are we putting that new electric that's coming in?
It's looking like the best spots would be, they would bring a transformer over across the street, put it just to the southeast corner of the volleyball courts, and then they would run a box over to the corner courts. And then they would bring another box like midway, so it'd be like on the other end of the volleyball courts. So each end of the volleyball courts. we could
Each
have
end,
a
right, where the
station.
generator was, and and we have one at the other end, but
And then
we just
already
need to
have one,
upgrade
and
it.
We're gonna upgrade that one, hopefully.
Yeah.
Cause I was just thinking about Carnival.
That's, I think they're, with all the with the power requirements they need, it's perfect, that really is a perfect, people can walk up on the street, and you got the, the curb up there where I think that's perfect, the curb up there where I think that's perfect, I think, where they're at now.
It's one of the leveler spots too, if you actually drift up the hill.
And then it goes
any of
up
that stuff on the
unlevel.
hill is tough.
Well, I was thinking like on the road where the porta johns are, along that area.
Yeah, but then you're away from the bent
Even
music.
that, even that road is drifting down, so
Bent
even
music.
even that road is drifting down, so a trailer that's trying to level
Yeah.
over their
And
distance,
if
they
you get
might
your-
not be able to as well. And
If you get your food, you gotta walk it, remember we got tables and that in the big
Mhm.
tent, where they can sit and eat and around the big tent, so I think that's set up well. But it-
I know I promised to shut up, but it's not in my DNA, so you get what you get, right? The ice cream was not good this year. The ice cream distribution was not good this year. It turned out that one of us wanted to have everybody line up. If we can get a square of tables rather than two this way, it will avoid the temptation to say, line up. And I don't know why, but we're getting declining participation from other elected officials, so.
It was you and what other officials?
Fred
And Fred?
and one or two school board members.
And Ed was there.
And
Yeah.
yes.
But you shouldn't have that problem this year, because it's not gonna be on the fourth, because I know a lot of the older persons were at their community festivals.
Oh, that's
Not
true.
at ours, persons were at their community festivals,
Oh, that's
not
true.
at ours, so now they,
Well, there's only one of them.
Don't have an
working.
excuse.
The rest of them should have been here, but anyway, I won't get into that. But the distribution was a problem. 'Cause-
So you want a big square and then put all the ice cream, so you want a big square and then put all the ice cream in the middle?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then, so that the distribution goes from the middle out and people can
Right.
go around.
That can be
Does that make sense,
accommodated,
Dad?
totally. That can be accommodated. Just gotta have enough people there to hand it out, like you said.
They're from Cubs, they do a little bit better than he too,
Yeah.
so. And no, we don't have, what was that, Tutti Frutti or Rainbow? Or
Is there
whatever.
one with the sparkles?
Yeah. No, we don't have.
No. Just chocolate and just vanilla. I bet we could probably. And we've always had enough. We even had to take some to the fire department, police station, left some here at City Hall, but I'd rather have more than less and run out. All right. Let's see. Any input and suggestions from anybody else that anything, any other ideas you want to offer or observations? We want to go over observations from or observations. We want to go over observations from last year. Someone I know has some on a list. Mr. Knackard.
have you talked?
If it's ready, if you want to go.
No, I can enjoy hearing this.
Okay.
No, I can enjoy hearing this.
Okay.
Have you talked to
Thanks,
Chip?
Kevin.
Have you notified Chip about the different days?
No,
If there any problem with him or not on that?
he's always available on the weekend. He would have been there for 5 days if we could have. Yes, I will get a hold of Chip, but I wanted to have us decide first.
Oh.
That's the carnival.
Well, he would've
But
been
I'm
here
sure
anyway
he
then.
can be there that weekend.
So we should notify him soon, because he might try to book something for that weekend if he thinks we're gonna be on the 4th, so.
He would, he's a good cousin. He's a good
I know, I'm just saying,
vendor.
it'd be nice to send them an email.
Yes.
So we can
Yes,
start
but a good
advertising.
idea, yes, we will contact.
Are we going to broach vetting and IDing the carnival workers, like I suggested last year?
Say yes, John.
That's such a tough one because they come with their list of people 1 week before.
Perfect,
I know, 1 week before.
perfect.
I know, 1 week before, and
They fill out a form, they provide an ID card. We take a picture, we take a list of who they are, and we give them a lanyard with a number. And they have to have it on at all times. And we vet them by doing random checks of each carnival ride, or venue. It's up to you guys. That
Well,
is our
I'm-
suggestion.
I know.
With all the craziness that's going on in this world, every day it gets
Yeah.
a little weirder.
If you could write up maybe what you want, would suggest how we do it, I could present it to Chip.
You're gonna fill the same thing out that we do for bartending license.
He had.
It's
That's the
basically,
same
it's
thing,
basically the
isn't
same, it's basically as a vendor application. I talked to Sandy about it, how they do it for St. Martin's. It is the exact same form, just has to be accommodated for your civic celebration.
Sandy's got a form?
It just has to be amended for civic
Dennis and I had to
celebration.
fill one. Close, it's close.
It was the crayons.
Well, if there's a form already in existence.
Yeah,
If
if
we
there's
could
a
get
form
that.
already in existence, that'd be
Yes.
great to have, yeah.
We're putting together a newsletter, John. My article is due last Friday, tomorrow, so.
Usually we wait till the next one anyways, don't we?
Really
You wanna
though,
get it out
the
early
changing of
enough?
the
Yeah,
date.
if you're changing dates.
Because this one we do to thank you also. And so that'll be in there,
So the headline is the new dates.
Save the
Thank
date.
you is
yeah.
a little bit less than that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, if Lisa will take it,
That's a great idea.
You wanna write something up for Lisa?
Just to save the date,
Yeah.
July, or June 30th, July 1st, July 2nd?
Yeah.
Okay.
With fireworks. I don't know that you came to the conclusion. One night of fireworks?
John.
I don't know that you came to the conclusion. One night of fireworks,
One night, Saturday night.
extra special?
But you want me to staff?
Extra
it too?
special, but staff it for 2 nights.
We can't say the
20
fireworks will rock, can we?
No. 20 minutes of finale, or 30 minutes of finale.
Or just,
Everybody, yeah.
okay,
I would say yes. It's your committee, I don't.
okay.
Sick and tired of hearing
Have you ever dealt with a company in New Berlin called Exciting Events?
No.
They
about
have a wide variety of stuff. They got a lot of cool things.
No one wishes
They got like giant Connect 4 and checkers and ball games for kids and things. And they may have some things that would help engage either kids or maybe, older adults, older people as well. And Mike can see what kind of things that they do. He's the guy that actually invented the t-shirt cannon. And they got
The
a-
one that shoots them up?
yeah, they got one that they drive, and it's like 64 barrels that shoots out T-shirts, but they have a lot of different things that they do.
He does stuff for New Berlin, right?
Well, he does stuff for all over.
He does stuff for New Berlin, right?
Well, he does stuff for all over the world.
Yeah.
He'll do stuff for the Republican convention when it comes in. So it's a whole wide variety of things, but it may be worth looking to see if we can't, have more engagement than just walking around or riding on carnival rides.
Do you have any contact,
Around or riding on carnival rides.
do you have any contact information?
Okay, we couldn't maybe do that, because this year, if you do move it to the 2nd, there's people available to work. When it was on the 4th, we tried to get blow up bouncy things and stuff, and the vendors couldn't provide help having a 4th of July celebration.
Greendale just had it, and they had to have the high school football team kids man their bouncy rides, because they couldn't get the labor.
The company, I called a company for mini golf, and they have a portable 1-day contracts, but they do man it. They also do a lot of bouncy stuff, like all those types of amusements. they have portable mini golf that they'll bring in?
Yeah, but where would you put it
Yeah.
here?
Tennis courts?
Yeah,
Tennis courts?
yeah.
Okay.
And we would like to maybe have a second annual cornhole too.
Yeah, it'll be better this time.
$40.
Yeah. They
Sorry.
pay it. They pay it.
I'd say bring back Franklin Voice or whatever that was.
Franklin what?
Whatever that
American-
Voice or whatever that was.
Franklin what?
Whatever that
American Idol.
No, that's in the closet. That's a lot of work.
Just causing trouble.
I have a suggestion if you'll take it for
Yes.
advertisement. I know there are some Lions members that are represented here. I think there's a festival coming up in a couple weeks that they could advertise our event and the date change and get the word out immediately. Just a suggestion.
Can I do that without council approval?
Cause I got a 4-day blowout.
St. Martin's Fair.
Yeah, I think
We're changing the date?
Yeah, change, and well, the date, and you gotta get approval
We got a
from,
special council meeting on Thursday, right?
Or you can ask us next Thursday, this Thursday.
that's the one you
got a
said there's
special
one I
council meeting
shouldn't,
on Thursday.
that's the next one, the one, this Thursday we could do
I
it?
still have a feeling that there's gonna be 50 items on that agenda.
So I gotta get that out tomorrow then,
Yeah.
by tomorrow.
Technically, we're an advisory committee.
And we got our beer thing.
So the question was, does he need council
That is
approval?
coming up.
The answer is,
Yeah.
I think,
I didn't realize
the
it was the
answer
end of
is
August already.
yes, whether you need it or not.
Yeah,
The answer
August
is
already.
yes, whether you need it or not.
yeah,
Sorry.
Thank you, Mayor.
gotta get that out tomorrow.
Why is my phone bill so high?
So if you
Why
can
is
send me
there, I don't know.
all the contact information so I can get the schedule worked out? Or do you
Yeah.
just want a date publication?
I don't have to give them,
Or do you
Yeah.
just want a date publication?
I don't have to give them who, I just give them the days of the event and the hours of the event to get approved. You know,
No,
and
but
I get a
mean
budget,
for
I get a
poster for the.
Yeah, worry about the
Lions.
budget later.
We're about to,
Get the
I wanna
dates.
get that all done at one,
Well, if you want to, that's fine, but you
yeah.
gotta work with that guy.
For the Lions at St. Martin's. I need the
With a
info.
schedule, yeah,
Cross advertising.
Yep.
It works.
yeah.
Poster or a postcard? Poster.
When is that, St. Martin's? When is that?
Labor Day.
Weekend.
Labor Day
Sunday,
weekend,
Monday.
Sunday and Monday.
yep,
Hey,
I
John,
can do that.
on item C, we need more help in headquarters.
Yeah, Sherry and Pete,
You know, it said to me, and your daughter, and he
Yeah.
steps in once in a while, but maybe we got need some of the volunteers, when we've asked for volunteers, that there can be certain hours, because there's always some of us there anyway, in case you run into a problem.
yeah,
Yeah, but we're also down committee members. We need at least 2 more committee members too.
yeah, we need another committee member, we got 6.
Members too.
Yeah, we need another committee member, we got 6, so we're still looking for a 7th.
Well, I know 2 were putting an application or doing the volunteer application online. I don't know if you
Okay,
got it yet, but
Let me know
last
who
week I
they are.
heard.
Yeah, that's how that works. You guys find them, we'll appoint them.
I would, but my wife,
Just find them, we'll appoint them.
I would, but my wife would kill me.
Yeah, I know, so you can't volunteer. But I will tell you that volunteers for all boards and commissions are way down. We used to have, it used to never be a problem, but now people just aren't volunteering. And by the way, that's not
Understandable.
just us.
Back to the sentiment that everyone posts on Facebook, because everyone will post their comments about who's doing what wrong, and they don't want to step up and volunteer, so people now are afraid.
Or just don't wanna hear it.
I think Angela Christie put in, but I don't,
There's another
for
one.
this committee specifically.
Oh,
Yes,
Sent
uh,
it in.
yeah.
I'll look tomorrow.
You need to send Ann a notice to
We're not.
To
voting, so
reapply.
don't worry about it.
she expired 6:30.
I think I already.
Yes, she did.
She didn't get a choice. You guys
I'll
don't get a choice.
I'll send you a reminder.
You guys don't.
I'll send you a reminder.
You guys don't get a choice.
Can I just interject with one quick thing, and off subject? Christmas parade,
Yeah, you must be reading my mind. I've got more about the civic celebration, but
Would there be a problem if we closed Drexel going west? We closed Drexel going west? From, is that Forest Hill?
Starting from where?
What's that road right after, the first intersection going east on
Willow
Drexel?
Point.
The stop,
What is it?
stop
Willow
sign
Point?
is Forest Meadows.
Yeah,
No, the next one.
That's-
Right from Legend
76th
Park,
Street.
from the park. No.
Schleter
Drexel
Park.
from, yeah, no, from next to Fire Station 1. There's then there's Barge Park.
You're the cop.
The
What are you
next
asking me
street,
for?
isn't that Forest something, Forest Meadows?
Forest Meadows?
Yeah.
That's
And 81st
there,
Street,
yeah. Would that be a problem though?
I can do whatever you'd like.
Cause everybody I
actually pretty
solicited
It
from
makes it easier for me to
yeah,
explain.
from our 4th of July parade wanna come and do the Christmas parade. And they wanna leave West Dallas and come here. So if we have them all here,
Do you have a date in mind already for the Christmas?
Saturday the 3rd.
That, can you ask the council for that on Thursday as well?
Well, we're part of, I assume, the Historical Society is tree lighting.
Jim?
Yes, it's all, the
Okay.
mayor says it's all on one day. Enough of this.
And that will be that
Not
day.
always,
Because
sure.
if we have a bigger parade, we have a good, and that will be that
Not
day.
always,
Because
sure.
if we have a bigger parade, we have a good hour to do the parade, and then by that time, 4:30, the tree lighting will be.
What time is the parade gonna start? What time are you gonna, do you have
I'm
any of those
hoping 3
logistics?
o'clock.
Okay. I'm gonna put 2. How about that?
2 to shut the road down,
Yeah.
3 to start, yes.
Yeah.
That would be perfect. 2 to shut the road down,
Yeah.
3 to start, yes.
Yeah.
That would be perfect,
All right. Same route as last year?
yes,
All right,
because that worked out beautiful.
perfect. So I will then lead into this conversation, the way that we hardened the Christmas parade and now the Civic Celebration Parade. Concerns, comments, I know we got a lot of positive feedback as far as people feeling like they were safe at the events.
Yes.
It is our intent to move forward with that, with
They
the
did great,
assistance of
yeah.
DPW. They do a great job. They help us out. In fact, we just, so we're always in communication. We want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. We put our plans out ahead, and if people have feedback or want to provide input, we need to know. But it's our intent to lock it all down again. We have enough space in between to allow for emergency vehicles, including fire trucks. I know one of the concerns was some of the bands couldn't get in.
They had a bus, yeah.
Yeah, well, could they drive in from Loomis and go into the back of City Hall? Okay,
But that's the problem, because we could have alerted,
okay.
but that's the problem, because we could have alerted them ahead of time and told them, hey, wait a minute, do this or park on Legend come in the other way, but we didn't know until 5 o'clock that night. So had we have at least had a heads up, and that's why we do
I had a
with the
map
parade.
with, where the barrier.
And that's
I
why
had
we
a-
do
I had a
with the
map
parade.
with, where the barriers were all
The
placed.
keyboard and the mouse.
But we didn't know that until after they were placed, that's the only, but that shouldn't be an issue next year, because
Correct.
we're gonna be doing it a different time. We're not gonna have people coming in the middle of the parade again,
Ed, turn on that.
because they're gonna be here,
Yeah.
wherever else, so they jump in where they can.
No.
Correct. And
That would be too easy.
I get that. I know there was some confusion with some of the parade goers or participants getting shut out, and I guess we set the timetable, like I know you communicate, if they can't make it by that drop dead time of, whatever it's gonna be, not 10:30, next year's gonna be something different.
Yeah,
They have to enter a different route.
right.
Or, the other alternative is having someone from the committee post it at Loomis and St. Martin's. That's the only other workaround. The alternate route in could be Forest Hill to Highland Park
Yeah.
and come around by the library. I'm sorry, the post office. Sorry about that. That'd be
It
the
was
only
just
other
the
alternative.
logical way was coming in through, down by Loomis Road there, by Loomis and Highway 100.
Mhm.
Down by Loomis Road there, by Loomis and Highway 100.
Mhm.
But people couldn't get in, that was the issue. And it was a communication problem, which
Yes.
is fine, and it's over and done with, but going forward, if we change it, we won't have that issue. So we'll have everybody in.
I would still plan for having an issue.
Latecomers, yeah.
Because still plan for having an issue.
Latecomers, yeah.
Because when you don't, then we're caught behind the eight ball. So I mean, if, and we know volunteerism is not at its high point right now, but if we could have someone down there, if that's the case, if we're gonna use that as the only there, if that's the case, if we're gonna use that as the only way in to communicate, and we can, DPW will move the trucks, we can move barriers, but we have to lock it all down at a certain time, otherwise it's gonna be chaos when the word go.
I didn't
Which is
have a
fine,
problem
yeah.
with it, but for the record, I didn't
Which is
have a
fine,
problem
yeah.
with it, but for the record, I did have one resident call who was in Air Force security, and he said that somebody could have come for the 4th of July out of the Aurora parking lot and driven right into the.
We know that. And that was our contention all along, that if we are going to have it, we know that we would have to put barriers all along Loomis, which is improbable.
Which is what I explained, but I
Yeah.
wanted to.
And the only
bring
people
it
who are
up.
going in there are stopped before they even get in there by law enforcement, so, I mean, anyone,
Honestly, they will.
yeah,
I was gonna put a map up, but you know what?
we're gonna watch.
We're gonna watch
the
a
boys.
movie instead.
Surfing live.
That kinda makes it more complicated. So Ann, is your intention to stage them on Drexel?
Some of them, yes. I want to fill up that parking lot first and then the overflow on Drexel. That's why I figured just that
So they get to
hour would
walk
be
around.
enough.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it the same way, and just shut
Yeah,
it
that
down
route
at
worked
83rd
well.
or 4th. Any other concerns on the police side for Civic celebration?
Wasn't there something about those politicians carrying guns around or something?
Yeah, we
Carry.
discussed it.
Those politicians carrying guns around or something?
Open
Yeah, we
carry.
discussed it. There's nothing
Open
we
carry.
can
Yeah,
do.
I know, I'm just.
And I think if
Yeah.
you try to kick that hornet's nest, you're asking for problems.
Bigger problems than
Yeah.
it could be.
I wish I would've known, because I would've had a conversation with them that would've been different than a
Sure,
previous conversation.
sure, and, the minute we get involved, it becomes completely different. It's their right to open carry.
But
We don't have-
really,
we
but
don't- I
really.
know, I
Well, and
know.
that was
You can have a
exactly my
conversation
point.
with them, but we.
Yeah, I could've had a different
Yeah,
conversation.
Exactly, exactly.
And being as what happened by the end of that day.
I know, and bad messages from missing fireworks,
Yeah.
that would have been worse, guaranteed.
Oh, gosh. The other thought, yeah, that a negative, not a negative, but more of a problem by having a parade on Sunday instead of the 4th. We are now having a parade when no one, versus on the 4th when 8 or 9 or 10 or others are having parades. So now we're kind of like singled out
Makes us.
for having it on that Sunday.
Yeah, but we've got the best police force.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll second that.
okay.
Back to Christmas parade, where's that fire truck gonna be, first or last?
Last. Santa's always last.
He wasn't last year.
Yeah, he was. He was last. Yep. You weren't on it, but he
Bob,
was
were
last.
you last?
You were first.
Were you last year?
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
No,
I
they
know
were last.
we only had, as far as police calls, I mean, obviously we engaged with a lot of people during the civic celebration, but the only one major call we had was that intoxicated driver.
That's the one who knocked the motorcycle?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
There was a big police parade. I have never seen that many officers before in all the years that I've done it.
that's what you asked
We
for.
had a huge presence.
And
it
quite
was
frankly, what we do
wonderful,
too
yeah.
is we've got a lot of newer officers, and we encourage them to engage the
And
public.
that's what
And
they were
did it
doing,
at our
yeah.
National Night Out. I said, hey, you know what, you've never been in a civic celebration for
Mhm.
National Night Out. I said, hey, you know what, you've never been in a civic celebration before here. We've got incredible citizens in Franklin, we've got incredible patrons who come here. Go out, mingle. Don't stay here all night,
Yeah,
but be shown. And they enjoyed it,
Yeah.
which is good.
good,
Uh,
Yeah.
Which is good.
good.
These young people have to know how to engage everyone, so I encouraged it.
Yeah, they did. I thought they were very personable. I saw them mingling a lot, so, good.
Yeah, I saw it too, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, most of my stuff was for me. But all I wanna know is, do you need a revised entertainment letter with a map due to changes? That can be talked about later.
Yeah, we can do that, because I gotta get that Saturday night band, so I want to have it to the whole full schedule, I don't want to be partial. So
Locked in.
everybody else is locked in, yep. But I haven't signed them until I got the Friday, Saturday, Sunday approval.
Then do you want something made up for St. Martin's, just like those 11 by 17, those really
Yeah.
buck?
Yeah, they could use it,
We'll take it down
And
the,
those really
Yeah.
buck.
yeah, they could use it,
we'll take it down the other Lions Club, put them in both.
yeah.
And we're gonna be
And we
there
can
with
start
the
posting on
Citizens
Facebook.
Academy
Well,
next to them, so.
once Thursday is the council meeting, so let's get that approved on Thursday, and then we can go forth.
Literally,
On Thursday, and then we can go forth.
literally.
Well, then we gotta actually elect a chairman and a vice chairman for the oncoming year. Anyone?
I nominate Jake John.
Okay, go ahead.
I nominate John Bergner.
Second.
I'll second that.
Ed seconds it. Any opposed?
Any in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any in favor? How about vice chairman? Ann Adamski?
Second.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chairman and vice chairman. So, anything else, guys? Again, thank you all. Thank you all for all your expertise and hard work. And thank you, Mayor Olson, too.
Oh, and I'll invite you all to our, here it's on us.
I'll be there.
I'm
there.
We got water for you, Captain.
Thank you, because,
Yes.
What'd you say?
Thank you all for the hard work.
We have a
Yes,
big
thank you. Thanks, Kevin. I'll get that to you. I'll get that to you within a week or two.
Are we
I'll
adjourned?
email tomorrow with all the details.
Two.
Are we adjourned?
Email tomorrow with all the details.
Mr. Nackert, no, Mr. Nackert still.
If we
Thank you,
change,
Sarge.
if we change the 4th to the 2nd, does my birthday go from the 27th to the 25th? I'm just curious.
Say it again.
Say we change the 4th to the 2nd, does my birthday go from the 27th? Say we change the 4th to the 2nd, does my birthday go from the 27th to the 25th then?
If that's-
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
See you
guys.
later, guys.
Bill, Dennis,
Oh.
how would I get those posters to you?
Call me.
Okay.
And how do we make the checkout? How do we, Lions Club? Sure. Okay.
Yeah, it's the other one that's a pain in the ass.
Big ones.
And then I'll have it there at City Hall for you to pick up when it's ready.
Deal.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, guys.
Move to adjourn.
Oh my God, you look as much pain as I feel. You look like you're in as much pain as I am right now.
Those in favor, say
Favor,
aye.
aye.
Aye. Those opposed, say nay. Meeting adjourned.